You can't miss anything these days without someone talking about ChatGPT. It's getting a lot of noise and it's making my job a lot easier. If I was doing this talk a year ago and trying to explain what AI can do, it's a bit like a black box. You can't really show the cause and effect very easily. So one of the 6 things I asked you to do to be digitally curious is play with ChatGPT. There's a free version and a paid version. Go for the free version. On that QR code will be repeated at the end. There is a link to go and sign up, and then you can try out ChatGPT. So I asked ChatGPT to explain what it did, and this is what it told me. So it's using data to actually make some decisions. It's gone and sourced a lot of data. The interesting thing towards the end, it says, essentially, what ChatGPT does is it predicts the next word in a sentence. Now, I'm massively oversimplifying it, but I've tried this analogy on my AI experts and said that's pretty much what it does. What's also interesting is ChatGPT 3, or 3.5, which was released in November 2022, was trained on just 5 major sources of information. First of all, there was basically a web dump, all of the links on the web, and you can argue that some of those might be questionable. Are all the things on the internet true? Are there conspiracy theories? Can we correct it? The second one was all of English Wikipedia. The third one was a whole lot of links from a Reddit website that had more than 3 upvotes. So if there was a conspiracy theory and everyone voted for it, that's something that was used to train the model. And the 2 other sources were a range of books. So essentially, we've trained a generative AI system on imperfect data. And that's a real challenge, but also it allows us to see the power of it. So after this presentation or tomorrow, I want you to go and sign up for ChatGPT. I want you to open up once you've signed in. I want you to say, I work at company X, who are my competitors? And I want you to see what it tells you. And once you've started and you've become digitally curious, you'll probably do more and more things. But here's the power of these generative AI or ChatGPT type systems. Training on the questionable internet and Wikipedia and those sort of things is a good start. And what OpenAI, the company behind this, did was they said, let's put something out there to see what people do with it. So my point here is that if you have imperfect data, it's good, but it's not great. The real power of AI going forward will be training it on enterprise data. So imagine if I was able to load every aspect of your company securely, legally, ethically into a generative AI system that was firewalled, so it wasn't being seen outside. And then I type into ChatGPT or chat whatever, what's the best performing product and what should we do for next quarter? Now, I know that board members and CEOs ask those sort of questions. And I'm sure your team scurries to go and find out the source data and analyze that, and it can take hours, days, and maybe weeks. But if it's been trained on every piece of data that you have, financial, non-financial, who's in the company, those sorts of things, it's likely to spit out something like this in seconds. What does that allow you to do? That allows you to do a whole lot of what if that it's taking seconds to understand. And the reason that ChatGPT can do that predict the next word in a sentence is because it's read every single word in the English language and other languages. It knows the sentence structure. So that's why I love ChatGPT, because you can see the power of it. If it can do this with the internet data, imagine what it can do with your data.